Hello everyone. So long time no see. I apologize for that. A lot has been going on, but mostly work. And I went to an anime convention. I might even do a small video on what I got there. I didn't have like a ton of money because I wasn't going to go to the name of the convention is OhioCon. I actually wasn't planning to go this year because I've been having a lot of knee problems, and I didn't want to put up with not being able to walk around the convention the way I would like and holding my friends up, etc., etc. Like lots of up here, like overthinking. But last minute, I decided to go, and I hadn't really saved money, but I was able to get, oh my God, I just gotta say, I don't even have it with me to show you. Oh my God, there's something in my eye. Oh my God. Right when I'm trying to record, of course, there's something in my hand. What is going on? Okay, anyway, I'll probably show this in a video eventually because I was so happy to get it. It's so dumb. And you're probably thinking, oh my God, get to the doll stuff already. But I have to tell you, I finally got my free bag, and that's from the Anime Free. And I'm so in love with it. I've seen this bag at OhioCon, I think, for 3 years, possibly even 4. I think no, it could have been longer than that. Anyway, I've seen it several years, and I loved it. Like, I was like, oh my God, I'm in love with this bag, but I hadn't seen the anime. So I was like, why would I get a bag of an anime I hadn't seen? And then, like, what if someone asked me about, which, by the way, would probably not happen where I live, but what if someone asked me about it and I'm like, oh, I just got it because I thought the guys were hot, and etc. So now this year when I saw it, I have seen Free by now, and I love Free. Free is one of my, like, most favorite animes ever. And I bought the bag, and I was so happy to finally own the bag. But on top of that, I only thought it had, I thought there was only 5 boys on it. And when I bought the bag, it's probably because, like, when they hang up the bags, they overlap them. So I thought it was like there's Haru at the front, and Makoto, Rei, Nagisa, and then Ren. And I thought it ended at Ren. But I bought the bag, and I was taking it out to show it to people, and I found my favorite was on it at the end, and all this time he's been there, and that's Sosuke. I don't know why he's my favorite. Yeah, go figure. But, like, he's on the bag, and I was just like, oh my God. Yeah, it was so dumb. But anyway, we're going there, and there was a lot of, I want to say more mental prep for that than anything. And I have been working a lot of hours simply because, like, I keep taking random days off, and I want to prep for that. But to prep for that, I have to work a lot of hours, and then my days off, for some reason, I didn't feel motivated to get dressed to record. I know it sounds like lazy and terrible, but it's true. But today I have the day off. I don't know, just randomly. And I had to go to the store and drop off rent and everything. So I'm like, I'm going to record a video. And here we are. Long story short, like almost 4 minutes in. Anyway, sorry. I'm here today with my mirror doll, Lily, who I recently painted. And I'm still not sure about her. Like, she doesn't have a name yet. And I'm not sure about her face up. Only because it's outside of the norm of what I would usually do for a darker skinned doll. She's in Mirror Doll's, like, I guess they call it dark chocolate resin, and it is darker. And usually for darker resin, like, I use more like pinks and reds and stuff for, like, the lips and the cheeks and the blushing and stuff like that. But when I was painting her, and I was, like, letting, like, the doll guide me, she wanted, like, darker brown blushing and she wanted, like, lots of color in her eyes, but, like, black on her lips, and she wanted a couple piercings and white eyelashes. So I went for all of it. I didn't do what I normally do. I just went for all of it, and I don't know how I feel about it yet. Like, she's still pretty cute and everything, but since she's up, it's outside of the normal way I usually do. It's like, I have to get used to it. But I do love having her around, and soon I hope to have a name for her. And she's kind of dressed in whatever I had around, including these shoes that are too big for everybody, but they actually fit her really well. So I guess they're hers now. Her feet are longer and kind of thicker than a standard mini feet. So like these shoes that I got from Wish, I believe, like they were like $2. I got them to try on a mini feet, and my mini feet was like, no, those are too big. So they're hers now. Yay, she gets a pink pair and a black pair. It's her lucky day. Anyway, I wanted to first and foremost, after the various stories, update on the Dollzone situation, because there is a good update on that, and I'm so like really happy about it. Basically, I finally heard back from Denver Doll, like a day after I made the last video, and we worked it out. Basically, they said they were like, do you want us to order the new body or keep this body? I think that's how it was laid out. And I was like, please go ahead and order it. And they said, now it may take a few months, which, I mean, if I was Dollzone, I'd want to fix this right away and like bump this up the list. But I am not Dollzone, and I can't tell them how to run their company. And also, like, this is the beginning of the year, and since they're a Chinese company, there's a lot of Chinese holidays around this time. So it's going to take a while to get the new body, but I will be getting the new body. And when I get the new body, Denver Doll is going to send me a return slip for the old body, if I'm understanding the email correctly. So I don't have to pay for shipping for it back, but I guess they want to wait until the new body comes. I don't know if they figure I'll like play with the doll until it comes, but I'm not going to do that. He is wrapped up tight and well, and hiding in my closet right now because I'm like, I want nothing to happen to this doll in the meantime. And I put his head aside, and it was such a sad day because his head sculpt, the gene sculpt, I'm so in love with it. And to have to put the head away, like, broke my heart. And I'm like, well, I could paint him and put him on a different body for now, but I'm like, I don't want to do that. I want him complete, you know, on his own body and everything. And I want to do his face up and body blushing that I might do on him all at once. Like, I kind of want it to be cohesive. I don't want to have to just match it later. What is my cat doing? My cat's doing. I don't want to have to match it later. So I came to the conclusion, just put the whole doll away and be patient. So that's what I plan to do. But I'm so glad we were able to, blurry camera, able to work it all out with between Denver Doll and Dollzone and myself. So there's a happy resolution to that. I mean, it is kind of bittersweet to have to wait for the new body for so long, because it's going to be probably 4 more months before I see it. But it is what it is. At least the problem is being fixed. And then I'm trying to think of like other immediate updates that like I super had in my mind. But unfortunately, like, I had them written down and I can't find the list. And they weren't of the most importance. The one thing that does come to mind is that my Summerbird Viola has been received. Not shipped, but the creator of the doll has received my doll back from Haru Casting. So eventually I'll probably get a shipping notice, and I'm going to do an actual box opening for that. I haven't been doing box openings as of late. Like, I only received like the Dollzone, and I did receive a Doll in Mind Lorena head that I also opened, but I haven't been really doing doll openings because, like, you have to, you know, put together to record it. And sometimes if I'm feeling, like, lackluster and only opening a doll to check it over, I feel really awkward recording it, if anyone knows what I mean. But of course, I will show these things, and I'm glad I didn't do the Dollzone box. Oh, like, I'm glad I didn't record that. I mean, I probably wouldn't have even have uploaded it because I was so upset. like annoyed. Like, it would have just been like, oh. I was so upset by seeing the wrong body, the wrong version of him, that I just was like, oh my god. And that video, I mean, it would have made for interesting viewing, I guess, but I'm glad I opened that one myself. So yeah, that though for the summer bird Viola, I definitely want to record. So if anyone's interested, and I believe there's going to be a second pre-order, they can go ahead and like check it out. And I'm also very excited to get her. I think her name, oh my god, I think it's Lorna. That's what I was going to name her. And I have no idea of her style yet, but I'm really hoping to use her to start learning how to sew. I want to learn how to sew, and inspired by Sarah, aka Pint Size Palace, I'm going to start actually putting the effort into it, because I didn't and I haven't. Like, and you need to just go for it if you're going to do it. Like, to be fair, I'm not going to get into the business of like selling my doll clothes. Like, when I started Face Ups, I was like, I'm not going to take commissions because I have a full-time job, and I know me. I know I will take on these commissions, and I either have to make enough money doing the commissions, or I have to not do it, because that's two jobs. In my brain, that's two jobs. So when it comes to sewing, same deal. I just have to be able to sew good enough for me. And I need to start taking the pressure off me. Like, there's all these like great seamsters. That is not a word. People who sew. There's all these great people who can sew. And me going out there and comparing my work to theirs, it's like comparing my face up work to someone who does nothing but face up work all the time, you know, who has put the effort into it. Like, I have put effort into face ups, so my face ups have gotten better. I won't lie and say they haven't gotten better. They're not perfect or the best, but I will agree with myself that they've gotten better, but that's because I've done them. So in sewing, that should be the same thing, where I probably won't get worse, I probably won't get perfect, but I should be able to get better. I just have to put some kind of effort into it. So that's the plan. And I plan to use her as the base because her body is so weird shaped that, well, not weird shaped, it's the shape of an actual body that exists. What is my cat doing? Oh my god. Anyway, it's an actual shape that exists, but not in clothing yet. So until like there's clothing that I can just buy for her, I want to make stuff for her. And her style is not what I'm used to sewing, which is these really easy to make dresses. She doesn't wear dresses. She wears a lot of pants and comfy tops and t-shirts with ironic sayings on them, you know, one of those people. And I really, really like that style for her, because like, it's a style I wish I could wear. Like, I wish I could just wear a lot of jeans or just pants and like t-shirts with like dumb phrases on them, but they never make it in my size. So I can't dress that way. So that's her style now. And I'm very happy I can make them in a little doll size. And I'm going to try my best to put effort into it. So when she gets here, I'll do the box opening, and hopefully, like, you know, there'll be more of her around and more people sewing for her, etc., etc. I'm very excited. And then I'm trying to think of anything else, but I don't have anything on order, and I don't have like any other dolls completed yet besides her. I had to have a, do I want to call it reckoning with myself? pretty much. In which I was like, okay, lady, we need to have a talk. And that talk is that I am feeling overwhelmed with my dolls, but it is not the doll's fault and not the volume of dolls that I have's fault. It is my stubbornness that is at fault. My stubbornness of not willing to do what needs to be done to have this character look and be the way I want them to be. And how I mean about that is I have a couple characters. One is going to be my Leak World Chloe, but you know, the smaller Leak World girl, and Nova, who is my Minifee RFA head. And right now I need to get her a neck donut so I can put her on my spare now spare Leak World art body. The thing about these two dolls, though, is that they both already have face-ups, but they are now different characters who need completely different face-ups, but the face-ups they have right now, I love them. And I don't want to erase what I call good face-up work to replace it, because I feel like it's not like I feel like I'm throwing art away. That sounds weird, but it kind of feels that way. It feels like I am getting rid of something I'm very proud of, yeah, it feels like I'm getting rid of something I'm proud of. Now, that is not to say I won't be proud of the new face-up. It's just that, like, what if I'm not as proud of it? It's not as good, etc., etc. Like, there's all these things in my brain, like, why would you get rid of a good face-up to replace it with another face-up? Why can't you just work with the face-up you have going on here? Problem is they're not the dolls anymore, and I need to get over it. Because what it's ending up doing is making me unhappy with my dolls, with the dolls that I want to change. Like, there's some dolls who need something as simple as new eyelashes, because their eyelashes have always been terrible, and I've been making do because I don't want to mess up the face up. Because, like, while you can just soak the eyelashes off, well, what if something happens to the face up? Well, you replace it. That's what you do. And I've been, like, stuck in such this fear of destroying what I call like my art, that it is making me look at certain dolls and be unhappy with them. But I'm stubborn and don't want to change them, so I just continue to be unhappy. And I don't want to look at my dolls and be unhappy. It's a frustrating feeling that I have been feeling for like several months now. Ever since, like, I got back into my dolls like hardcore, I've been feeling this but not knowing what it was, until one day it just was identified and I'm like, okay, we need to work on this. So it's something I need to work on, and I'm hoping to, like, have updates on that where I actually, have done the thing. It's just I need to get the nerve to do the thing. And I have a lot of doll projects I want to do, but I keep being afraid as well of messing things up. Like, I have a doll body that I want to do a breast mod on. Either make them smaller or, like, remove them completely. And I have the rotary tool, and I have all these pieces that I was ready to go, and I was so excited to get this rotary tool, and I haven't done it yet because I'm just afraid. Like, what if everything goes wrong and I destroy the body and all this blah blah blah. But the thing is, I've been in this hobby long enough to know that, shit happens, and sometimes, like, it's really bad doll shit that happens, and I've seen people fix the most amazing. Like you're like, this doll is in pieces, how are you doing this? I've seen people put whole heads back together and it's almost like it didn't happen. Like, I've seen this, and here I am afraid to do something that, like, to be honest, unless my hand just completely slips into the moon or something, that, like, I can't completely fuck this up. I can a little, but not like so much so that, like, I've broken the doll into pieces. Hopefully, like, cross your fingers. But I keep being so afraid to do it, and so that also creates unhappiness because I'm looking at this project that needs to be done. I'm just too afraid to do it, and so it just sits there and sits there and sits there and sits there, not being right. And so I don't know. I need to just work on that because I don't like looking at my dolls and being unhappy. Not because, like, of the cost of them. It's not like that's anything to laugh about, or not laugh about. I don't know the phrase, but like it's not necessary, but that's not necessarily why. Like, they're like, I don't like looking at them and being disappointed because a lot of them, and a lot of them that need something, represent my characters, and looking at them makes me feel like my characters are busted and my story's busted. So I hope that makes sense. I don't know. I am definitely rambling now, but that's been, like, trapped in my head, and I guess I just wanted to, like, talk it out because, like, I keep going, oh, I wish I'd had something, like, new to share, our project I'm working on it. And it's not like, to be in this hobby you have to always have something going on. I know it can feel that way sometimes, and sometimes it even feels that way to me, but that's not how it works. But at the same time, I like this hobby more for myself when I do have something going on. And hi, Murphy. Hi, sweetheart. There's my cat, Murphy. You see him? He's sniffing my head. Isn't he such a cute cat? He's a terror, but he's so cute. Anyway, I personally enjoy the hobby more when I am creating within it. So to not be creating within it, to be afraid or too stubborn to create within it, is really getting to me. So I'm hoping to work on that and get to a good place with it so that I can finally work on all the doll projects I want to do. And I decided to take some advice I got off of Instagram, where I'm going to take it one doll at a time. I'm going to go through my list of dolls, which I have newly created because, like, there's some sold, there's some that came in. And I'm going to go through each doll and I'm going to go, this doll needs this doll needs this. There's some dolls that don't need anything for right now, so they don't go on the list, and I'm going to go through each one. I'm going to start with the easiest and go down. Like, there's Gabriel, my my Dollzone Greta head on a Doll Chateau body. What are you doing, Murphy? And Sparrow, my Bobby Apollo, who definitely need new eyelashes. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They need new eyelashes. Their old ones are terrible. Like my Bobby Apollo, his are too long. They're just too long, and I tried to cut them down and it still didn't work. Same with my Dollzone Greta head. His eyelashes are also were too long, and they weren't as thick as I wanted them to be. So I double layered eyelashes on him, but they were both too long, so I cut them down. And they don't look absolutely terrible, but enough where I'm just like, oh, I need to get you actual eyelashes. And then what I also want to do for Gabriel is add more blushing to his face. I love his face up, but I want to make it more, like, I want to add some blushing across his nose, and stuff like that. I have to look up, unless you've gotten this far and know the answer to this, whether because he's glossed. He has gloss around his eyes and on his lips. I figure if I spray him again, what it will do is just degloss that his lips and eyes. But what I don't want it to do is have a weird reaction. So if you know if just spraying over it just takes the gloss away, and once I'm done I just have to add more gloss and that's it, let me know. Because like I really want to add more blushing to his face. I feel like it could enhance him. Like I was very light on the blushing for some reason. I'm like, why? I should have just went all out. I don't know. I was probably going through a face-up phase. I go through face-up phases. If you look through at my dolls, you can like clearly see it. But yeah, that's the plan. Wish me luck, I guess. But yeah. It's been a weird couple months doll journey, and I'm hoping to keep on the motivation train and hope that it keeps me going past the stubbornness and the fear and all that, and that I get to the place I want to be in this hobby and have been for a long while. But I guess this has been holding me back for longer than I realized. So I guess. So anyway, I'll let you go. So, you know, the Dollzone thing all taken care of right now. And hopefully next time I record I have like my updates actually written down, so I'm not just like trying to reach in my brain for stuff. And hopefully, cross your fingers, I have something that I wanted to do to share with you. Even if it's something like, here's Sparrow's new eyelashes, just something, you know. So anyway, thank you so much if you watched, and sorry I've been away for so long. Hopefully here's to me attempting not to have that happen again. And I love you all very much. I really appreciate being followed on YouTube, because I feel like you know, out of all the people that you can follow on here, that I'm like low tier. But so I really actually really appreciate it. So thank you all very, very much. I love you, and see you next time. Bye.